Okay, so yeah, we should be good. So what's good,
Sounds
boys?
good. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
All right. So I'm Max May. Welcome you to Mr. Wellington, Joe Hodgkins.
Joe Hodgkins.
How we doing?
My boy. All right, so just like introduce yourselves and like what you do for DECA and like I don't know, like what your role is, you know.
All right, myself and what I do for DECA. All right, so I'm Max, like I already said, Max May. I've been a part of the Billerica chapter my junior year of high school and my senior year of high school. Billerica is in the Massachusetts. It's in Massachusetts.
It's in Massachusetts.
So my junior year, that's all I did was in high school. I never ran for any state officer or any position. My senior year, I was on Jaron May's campaign team, who is currently an international officer for National DECA.
Yep.
And right now in collegiate DECA, I play a role at the Johnson & Wales University. They have a really big DECA program. That's really it. Collegiate DECA isn't that big, but I'm trying to get it as big as it can be, so I'm going to try to play a huge role in the collegiate DECA for years to come.
Yeah.
Andrew?
So what's up? So my name is Andrew Wellington. I'm from Taunton, Massachusetts. I was a part of the Taunton DECA chapter. My junior year of high school is when I started. I started my junior year, and I ran a campaign for Ryan Nixon and Lane Kingman for State Action Team 58. I went to ICDC that year, and then the next year I ran for state officer and ran a successful campaign. So I'm currently a part of the State Action Team 59, and I've been a part of DECA for 3 years. This is my third year. I go to Johnson & Wales University, and I'm not doing DECA currently because of being a state officer and doing all the work for state officer and balance in college. But it's definitely been a great year this year working with the team. And States was very successful this year. We had a really great outcome. A lot of great feedback from everyone. They said this was the best year that they've had. And we're really proud of what we did, and we're really proud about how people felt about it, and how the outcome of an all boys team was. I thought we weren't going to be as productive as we were, but we were pretty productive at most of the time. You know, it was a really great year, and I'm planning on doing collegiate DECA throughout the rest of my years.
We get Joe.
He's driving.
So I'm Joe. Like Max said, I'm currently driving. I don't recommend that. I'm from Billerica, so me and Max went to high school together. We were both part of Billerica DECA. I competed for 3 years, started my sophomore year. I was lucky enough to make it to ICDC all 3 of those years. And then in my senior year, I ran for state officer just like Andrew did. And I was lucky enough to be chosen for that first all-boys team. And a lot of people kind of counted us out, but I think we did a lot of really great work. So I'm also a freshman at Johnson & Wales University right now, just like both of you guys.
We're currently on our way to Johnson & Wales.
Currently on your way, literally.
States just ended. Yesterday was our final awards ceremony, and it was definitely a lot of fun. It was a lot of stress. It was very tiring. But it's been a great experience, and now we're pretty much gearing up for ICDC in Atlanta.
Sweet. Awesome.
Sounds great. So, any questions that you have for us?
All right, I have a few questions. Well, I guess I'll start with, like, high school DECA because they're so involved with that. I guess the first question would be, like, what's it like being a state officer, and, like, what experiences, like, does that give you and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
What's it like being a state officer? What experiences does it give
We'll let Joe answer.
Joe, you can go first.
I think that's a really good question because we both kind of have played different roles in the team throughout the year. So for me, I think of myself as like the dad of the team this year because I'm the one making sure everybody's up in the morning, making sure everyone's getting to where they need to go.
I like that.
So trying to play as much of a leadership role as I can. But obviously, like, we were all selected to the team to be a leader for the entire state. So,
definitely.
It really depends on what point of the year. It's a lot of stress, just like regular DECA is. But the great thing about it is you have a team of people, so it's all about working together. And we'll have different tasks that we need to get done. So the past few months, we were getting ready for our state conference, making sure that we had our state-only events ready and things like that. For Massachusetts, we meet once a month, so we usually do the first Wednesday of every month. We go over everything that we want to be doing, and then we pretty much have a month to get ready for everything else going on. And other than that, I mean, it's been such a great experience for me. It was something that I joined it because I really loved the program and wanted to give back to it as much as I possibly could. And I think that for the entire year so far, I think that we've done a really good job of that.
It's awesome.
And you can't forget about getting no sleep.
No sleep.
You don't sleep at all.
No sleep.
Andrew got next.
So yeah, the experience of being a state officer was just unbelievable. I mean, everybody's perspective is really different.
Yeah.
My experience, it gave me so much opportunities. It allowed me to connect with a lot of people that I never thought I'd connect with.
Yeah.
And it also allowed me to, be able to market myself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
My social media has grown a lot because of it. I've gotten to learn how to obtain new skills that I've never learned before in my life. How to be a leader. I've never really been a leader. I've been a captain of a lacrosse team, but other than that, I've never really been a big leader in such a big organization like this. So it definitely experience, and it did teach me maturity. It did teach me how to be able to do a lot of things at a time. Be able to balance everything. And I think, especially being a college student right now, it's really different.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're gonna think of a perspective of somebody in high school and somebody in college. The difference between in high school and college, it's not as hard to balance being in high school as it is to college.
Yeah.
You've got all these things going on. But I've definitely learned a lot from this team.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm pretty much the glue. Like, I keep everyone sane, or I try to keep everyone sane.
Yeah.
I try to make people laugh. You can call me the Abby Cook of this year's team. But
I like that.
I had a lot of fun this year, with the guys, and it's really, such a great experience. And in my personal perspective, it was probably one of the best experiences and the biggest opportunity I've had ever.
Yeah.
Also the most handsome state officer team.
Most handsome ever.
All right, next question up.
All right, I'll probably, segue into some stuff about, college DECA, because I'm, trying to start a chapter here, so I want to know as much as I can about that. So, so about fundraising for different things for college DECA. What kind of fundraising does your school do, or do other schools do that you know of for college DECA for raising money?
Yeah, so with fundraising, it like you said, it really depends on the school.
Yeah.
For example, at Johnson & Wales, there's not too many fundraisers, because at Johnson & Wales they're sponsored by a lot of companies and a lot of events that go on. For example, Johnson & Wales is sponsored at local state competitions for DECA, and Johnson & Wales does a lot of recruit for DECA, so that's how they get a lot of money, because there's a lot of advertisement and money that they're making through DECA. So they have the ability to give scholarships out that include a DECA scholarship for anyone interested or anyone that has done DECA before. So that's what they do at Johnson & Wales. And other schools, they can do little fundraisers, such as hosting a local volleyball tournament or dodgeball tournament, or anything that goes on throughout the school. Any clubs can get involved to make money. That's really it. You can do any little fundraiser that you can do, or you can do what Johnson & Wales does and get sponsorships.
Okay.
Kind of build off of that. I know that National DECA has sponsors for all of International DECA, so that would mean places like the Marriott are sponsors for the entire organization of DECA, and so that money gets kind of split evenly between all of the different chapters. So I'm not 100% sure how that works for collegiate, but I would kind of compare, especially starting a new chapter, kind of what Max said, going and getting fundraising, but kind of doing a mix of that and trying to work with local companies. So for where you are, you're in Florida right now, obviously, so I'm not sure what really big companies are that are kind of specific to Florida, but going out to them and going out to other schools that have DECA chapters and finding out what they're doing, it's definitely a great way to kind of build that up. But everything from things that you can do with the university, if you can, you have however many thousands of kids there at the university, you can do a fundraiser that includes everybody. Even if only 10% of people pay $5, that's hundreds or thousands of dollars that you can put towards DECA. So I'd say start small and work your way up.
Okay, I like that. For the administration and higher up people for the chapter for college, do you think that's as important as just kids getting involved and stuff like that? Would I need a lot of people that are experienced with it to get a chapter started?
Yeah and no, because if you really think about it, you're going to need someone at the higher level for a school or a chapter or whatever. Because you need someone to obviously take control, but it really depends on the member involvement and how kids get involved and how much they get involved. Because without a leader, no one can get involved, but without the members, there can be no leader. So it goes really hand in hand.
The biggest thing that I can say, especially if you're trying to start a chapter at your school, and one of the things that we really deal with as state officers is building chapters is not really, it's hard to do. because of the fact you need to have someone at the higher up that's dedicated to be an advisor.
Exactly.
You need an advisor to be able to have a DECA chapter.
Yeah.
You need somebody who's dealing with all the emails, all the work. They need to be able to get all the registration for you guys.
Yeah.
So you really need that one high up guy that's going to be really able to sacrifice his time for this organization.
Yeah.
And for the kids' perspective, you're going to need somebody who's going to be really dedicated, like I know you're dedicated. So you're going to need to be dedicated to be able to recruit these people and tell them that we do have this. So I would say yes and no, like Max said.
Yeah.
So you definitely need one at higher up, but I wouldn't focus more of the higher up than the kids, because it's all about a group thing. It's an organization and building the chapter.
I think I think what we're working at now is like we have a lot of kids that want to do it. It's just finding that one or two people that are higher up that would really be dedicated to it is like kind of what we're struggling
so
with.
I think kind of on top of that, so obviously you want to try and find an advisor that's really kind of dedicated to the program.
Yeah.
But a lot of times that's hard to do just because they're not sure if it's going to be successful or not.
Exactly.
So I know that there's probably a bunch of people at your school right now that have done DECA in the past and really kind of want to take charge and are really dedicated to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can put together a good team that even if you don't have an advisor that's super involved, if you have a team that's willing to respond to the emails of the kids that are interested, they can pretty much advise your school.
Yeah.
Whereas your advisor would be just kind of more of like a technicality.
Yeah. Okay.
That's basically the advisor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for college DECA, like, what are like the different competitions? Because it's like obviously for high school it's like district, states, nationals, but for college it seems like more like, I don't know exactly how to explain it.
So collegiate DECA, like in high school, there's, some states in high school, they have the state competition and obviously ICDC, which is the International Career Development Conference. But at collegiate DECA, typically there's only one conference, and it's ICDC, the International Career Development Conference, for those who don't know the acronym. But a lot of schools are really big, a lot of regions are really big, so there's typically a regional conference, but anyone can go to ICDC to compete.
Okay.
But mostly all the regional conferences or all the state conferences, they're typically for practice and, just for you to get a medal and see how good you can do to gear up for the ICDC.
Okay, that
so
makes sense.
that's really the only difference, because collegiate DECA is a lot smaller than high school DECA.
Yeah.
And just the conferences are a lot smaller, so therefore you don't really need that big state conference, because not a lot of schools get involved. So that's
a little more about networking too.
Yeah, it's in collegiate DECA, like Joey just said, it's all about networking, because collegiate DECA, it's trying to gear you up for the business world, and that's what high school does too. But you're a student in high school, and it's all about winning. But in collegiate DECA, it's getting you ready for the business world, and you get hands-on activities with any surrounding businesses. Like for example, we had a conference in New York, and it wasn't a conference about winning.
Yeah.
We had a weekend where we had a meet up with a business, and we met up with Men's Warehouse, and we had a whole entire day. We went behind the scenes with them, see how they did their they did their marketing or whatever. Yeah. And we had to do a role play on what we could improve for Men's Warehouse. So that's how different high school is than collegiate DECA, because you actually get to work hands-on with some of these businesses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Going back to high school DECA, because obviously we have 2 state officers in the car. States just passed, at least I'm guessing for most states. So like, what's your advice? What's your advice for kids who didn't make it, and what's your advice for kids who are going on to ICDC?
So, I would say to the kids who didn't make it, especially Massachusetts is one of the harder states to win at. Yeah. Because we're so competitive, all the schools are so competitive. So there's a lot of pride that goes into all the work that you put into your project. You spend months putting that together, and it really sucks to not get up on stage or to not get that medal or that award. Yeah. But you can't let that discourage you. All you can really do is take the experience you got, take the feedback from your judges, and put that into your project next year. If you're like a freshman or a sophomore and you don't win, you have 1, 2, 3 more years to get back on top of it and do a brand new project the next year. You can change categories, your teams change. Take you want to take everything that happens with DECA as a lesson. It's all about learning, and you have to fail in order to succeed. And then to the people that won, congratulations. ICDC is going to be absolutely amazing. Atlanta's going to be fantastic. And keep up that good work. Just keep practicing, keep getting your project better, and get ready to take home that class.
Yeah.
Nah, to go off what Joe said, so you want to go? Well, I completely agree with Joey. And on behalf of people losing, since I'm a loser, I've lost at the state competition. It's really all about experience. You know, it's like, for example, when everyone else won, I felt like I won because everyone was so close. Like our advisor said at Billerica Memorial High School, Coach Max, we all love you. Andrew doesn't know Coach Max, but if it was Joe and I, if it wasn't for Coach and Miss Leiden, we would not be in college right now, and we would not be half the person we are today. So thank you to you guys. But Coach always said this quote to us. It was happy, sad, mad, and glad.
Happy, sad, mad, and glad.
I take that quote to everything I do in my life because it's really true. It's really true because everything that went on in DECA, there's so many emotions, and that's what's so amazing because you can feel everything at once.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
When someone else wins, it's happy or you're amazed. When you lose, it's sad and you're mad. But you get all these feelings that it's unbelievable. And it's just overall, it's just the greatest experience ever when it comes to someone winning or all the dances or all the conferences, like when the music comes on, you're with your chapter. You honestly get to be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like playing a sport. Just like when Coach Max said he used to coach football, he used to coach lacrosse and all of this stuff, and he said that DECA would be his sport. You know, he would coach people just like he would coach sports. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think it's all about. You know, kids need that. Kids need that drive for no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you got something else to say?
I mean, I know that Joe was really talking about, like, the people on writtens, but, like, in my perspective, I did role plays. My first year, I didn't make it to states.
Yeah.
And then the second year, I made it to states with my partner. Mm-hmm. We didn't make it to ICDC, but for the people who lose, even for writtens and role plays, I mean, it's just a privilege just even being at states. It's people don't even understand how hard it is to get to states.
It's crazy.
Like, people say districts is easy, but districts really, especially for my district, it's not easy.
Yeah.
In my event, I had alone 30 or 40 people in the category. So it's still hard, and they can only bring 6. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's a privilege being at the state level. So if you don't make it, like, it's not a big deal. It's just a wake-up call saying, like, hey, you're good at this.
Yeah.
Here's how you can get better.
Yeah.
You know, take the stuff that your judge said. You know, take all the stuff that he wrote. You know, if you're not a good presenter, you get better at presenting. If you're not good at speaking when you're in a role play, especially for us, you know, get better at trying to speak well and try to you know, learn how to talk professionally, learn all the professional ways. You got to learn how to shake a hand properly, keep eye contact, not jitter, you know, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then for the people who do win, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, those are the people who probably lost before.
Yeah.
Said to themselves, this is how I can get better. Yep. And then they practiced and actually got there. So, I mean, honestly, take it however people want to take it, but you really should be honored that you even got to make it to states. And for the people who won, congratulations to them. Mm-hmm. Everybody's honestly a winner at states because everybody deserved to be there. Yeah. You know, all the 3,200 kids or however many people were there, you know, they all deserved to be there. And they were there for a reason, and they had an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it.
Yeah. I always think about it that way. States is like a congratulations and, like, you know, your reward for doing so well in districts. And then ICDC, even further than that, is like your congratulations for doing so well at states. So that's how we always wanted to take it with Billerica. Whenever we go to our ICDC, it was, yes, you're here to compete, but you're here, you know, to congratulate yourself for all the hard work that you did. So as much as you want to win and as much as you want to be at that highest level, it's about having fun too, you know, like that's what you work towards all year. Like all year, all these kids have been working towards getting to Atlanta, and Jaron May said that, like, that's the one word that everyone should focus on during the state conference.
Yeah.
And so when you get there, enjoy it. We get to 20,000 kids all have the same goal of winning.
Yeah.
And so just being part of that should be the most fun thing that you do all year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I have a question for you. Unless you're going to say something else.
Joey?
No, for you, Max.
Okay. Oh, for me.
I was going to say, like, obviously you said that you were on the campaign team for Jaron May, who's now the president. So just, like, what was it like doing that? Because, like, that's an experience that not many people, even who do DECA, can ever get.
So obviously, a huge shout out to Jaron May for stepping up and taking on that big role of running international DECA. And not a lot of people can do that. Just start off. So that's probably what I think is the hardest thing to do when it comes to DECA, is becoming a president or even an officer at the state level.
Yeah.
Or even being a chapter at the chapter level. Just everything of, like, taking that leadership role is really hard, and, like, it's a huge accomplishment to do any of that. But Being on the campaign team, I would say I thought it was, I wouldn't say stressful, but a lot of people, they ask a lot of tricky questions. And
yeah,
I had one kid come up to me and ask me, if Jaron were to vote for a president, who would he vote for? And obviously, you know, politics is one of the most controversial things to talk about. So honestly, I go, you have to come up with things on the spot. So I was like, well, I don't know Jaron's politics views, but I know he would do anything to help out America, USA, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I always, you know, came up with something that's, it's really all about experience, like I said. It was a huge experience, and it made me figure out ways to talk to people in different ways, because some people are people persons. People persons. And some people are really are really shy. So it's like it gives you a different experience.
And then there's like Duncan, and you know.
Yeah, there's like Duncan, and then you know, it was awesome though, because I got to learn a lot about Jaron, and like I typically realized why he deserved the spot. You know? Yeah. Because Jaron truly did deserve it. Because that kid would probably cut off a leg for DECA.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That kid would take limbs. He'd take out his heart for DECA. And that's what people realize. That, you know, you need a campaign team. You really do need a campaign team, because typically a lot of people that don't win at the state level is because they didn't have anyone at their booth. You know, you need people to talk you up. You need people to like you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my experience with running.
Yeah.
Well, my experience with helping out Jaron run.
Helping Jaron run.
Because his name came up. Duncan, your name came up. You're an absolute fucking legend. He sent me a text on Thursday for the first day of the conference and just said that, like, he misses all of us and he like wished us all luck, and like, you're honestly like the realest homie. Like, thank you so much.
I love you, Duncan. You've been my best friend since 3rd grade.
The homie.
And when it came to DECA, you and I were partners the last 2 years. We never picked up a trophy, never picked up class, but it's all about the experience. Like
it's all
I
about
said,
the experience. I'm about to walk upstairs and tell him this.
You better. And you know, that's why I respect Duncan so much, because we never won together, but we always stuck together.
Yeah.
You know, right there, I say that's winning, because I won my best friend.
Oh yeah.
That's all that really matters.
Y'all are so cute.
Any other questions?
I don't think so, really. Just like if you have anything else to say, I mean, just kind of.
Anything else to say?
Yeah.
My biggest advice is to do DECA and to do DECA early.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's my biggest
definitely
advice.
do it early. We waited until junior
everyone
year.
To always think about the advice that Coach Max gave us. It's a happy, sad, mad, and glad. Every kid needs to take that quote out for the rest of their lives. Because no matter what, that quote is truly life-changing. And everyone will think about it at every level that they do anything with. So, yeah, anything else to say?
I'd say don't think DECA is not fun. Because DECA is fun. Because the business club, don't think it's not fun. I thought it wasn't fun my 8th grade year, and I regret not joining my 8th grade year.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
I love it.
For me, I guess I'd say, for anyone who's thinking about joining DECA and they're not sure, you know, they have their passions that are outside of business.
Yeah.
Business is a universal language.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you want to go out into the world and do, business relates to it in some way. Mm-hmm. And DECA is just a great way to learn, like Andrew said, how to market yourself, how to put yourself out there, how to get in touch with companies that you're passionate about. So definitely, it's all about taking risks. So take a risk on something that can really help you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Sweet. All right.
So, thank you.
I guess that's it. Thank you, guys. I'm happy I finally got to talk to you guys. God damn.
Great.
So yeah, I mean, good luck with the rest of the DECA season, I guess. When's nationals?
ICDC. I got ICDC for collegiate DECA April 14th, I believe.
April 14th.
High school's the week after.
Week after.
I don't know.
All right.
So yeah, it's around that time. So
we'll make some more update videos on what's going on.
You.
All right. So have fun at school, guys.
Thank you, man.
Love you.
Thanks for doing this. Love you guys so much. And
wait, can I do the what is it?
Yeah, like, subscribe, share the love.
Like, subscribe, share the love.
And good night.